I don't know if you guys are from North Dakota, but they had a little cattle thing going across the... See, I'm not from here, so they had some cattle going across the road.
Good morning.
Got stuck behind that for a few minutes. So.
Good morning.
Good morning. And I have to reiterate, because we've asked, and I know that you two guys can only take it back. The general's not here, Scott's not here. We've asked multiple times now. You know, we have lights up here, we have the barricade coming forward, and I just reiterate. And in that sign of good faith, everybody's been asking, as you see the good faith on the other side, that you request again that they move that barricade back. We don't have what you have. We don't have big machinery. We don't have people who have been crewed. We don't have people who have been trained and have been licensed. We have people who are struggling to transition from moving from one place to another, and in that it takes them a little bit extra because they're not contractors looking at how a structure gets built or how it comes down. They're just people trying to figure out how to take their cultural items, how to take their spiritual items, how to take their own emotion, you know, their own mental, their own physical, their own spiritual self to a place where they can do that. And you keep saying, yes, the 22nd is firm. And each day, people come here on good faith and say, we'll see that all of us are aware and that we're trying to do something in relationship. But part of that was saying that that 22nd doesn't have to be firm. And I'm aware that there's a lot of pressure saying, don't budge, don't give in to them. Give in to what? Give in to the humanity that is before you, that is struggling to hold its dignity and remove those things that have come forward from all of this. And we don't have to discuss that. But I'd like to see that's more equitable. I'd like to see you come back tomorrow morning and say, we had a talk, we went back and said, listen, these guys are working hard. And if the 22nd stands, but we're still cleaning, we need to be able to allow that discussion. And I'd like to see you say that that can be open and not just closed. I know those statements were made, but I'm asking it. It's on camera for that review, that you can come tomorrow and say, okay, this is one day at a time.
And can you explain why Morton County vehicles are over there?
Sheriff's Department vehicles.
So they're supporting the, I believe they're
supporting the BIA.
Supporting them in what way?
Just their presence, the assistance the BIA had requested them to be stationed on 1806. 1806 is a state highway. And so
I understand how those things work. I'm asking you seriously, supporting them in what way? We asked again, and you heard Phyllis just say, they don't need a presence there. No one's trying to rush through the checkpoint. Everybody who's coming down here is returning either from the hotel or coming from, you know, Cheyenne River or other places to come in and try and facilitate what you're talking about. And again, barricade came closer. Now we have Morton County presence at the checkpoint. All of those things are things that, you know, there's many interpretations and it doesn't work out well. So again, a request, they don't need to be there. They have radios, they can talk to each other. They're right over here, they have the opportunity to be in communication. It doesn't need to be shown to everybody that they want to have a presence.
There was a request from the BIA, but what we will do is ask them if they have the resources to do that without Morton County. That is something that we'll do right away. So
we can't, on one hand, move barricade closer, put Morton County there and say we're trying to avoid an incident. That's what helps to create an incident.
Absolutely.
So let's remove those pressure points as we've talked about these last days.
Absolutely.
And allow people their opportunity to move in a good way.
And then we asked yesterday, we requested that the presence on those burial grounds be removed. We offered an alternative to have a neutral party up there for your purposes and for ours, you know, that they have people that are willing to facilitate that. So I want to ask you what the answer is, but I kind of already know because there's a new military vehicle sitting up there on the hill.
Did they move the light? That was one thing that they, because I know there was
different direction now.
Because I know that was one thing that we talked about yesterday, and I know that was, we talked about incremental steps. So we did bring that back. That was what they're willing to do today. We'll again bring that back and see. So I hope that's a sign that we're trying to be in dialogue.
It's a nice thought as a gesture, but what speaks louder than that is that there's a military vehicle parked on top of graves there right now. So even you could turn the light in a different direction, pull it back a couple feet, but you added a military vehicle there.
We will make that ask as well.
So we're asking specifically that be removed, right, like immediately. Because I mean, if your grandma was buried on that hill, how would you feel? then you get a military vehicle parked on top of her. It's hard. We're doing our best to work with you guys, but there's a lot of psychological and emotional abuse going on.
Will the roadblock allow deliveries of firewood into the camp? Because firewood is still needed in the camp.
Any life-sustaining items, yes.
What about
if it's
sleeping bags?
building,
Someone was denied sleeping bags
if
last
it's building material, can't come on.
So you and I, we can go.
Right,
and talk
that's
to
where
them.
we'll go.
We'll
But
move
building
and-
material, we can't keep building new structures if we're trying to get this place clean.
You can see we're not trying to build new structures.
No,
We're
I
not.
understand.
And a
but
clarification for each one of those if need happen, then let's go through them. But there's nobody here trying to build new structures. We're trying to take care of everybody, and one day at a time. No one comes to harm. I say that each day. So on this day,
That is the shared goal.
okay.
It's
my
good,
my
though.
brain's
Appreciate it.
running, kind of crazy on this, so I'm trying to figure out how we can systematically do it. But at the same time, we gotta respect your,
We're both in a hard position.
But I like to stay on task while we're here.
Oh yeah, I brought some bananas. If you guys-
Fruit?
Yeah,
Here? Yes.